Production scheduling currently will consist of two tabs. One, which will be a listing of work orders, which will display various status information about the work orders, allow for filtering and sorting. You can also click on work orders, bring up a detail, and some fields will be editable from this screen. But the more exciting part is the scheduling tab, which allows for scheduling of particular work orders against routings and work centers within the application. So in this particular use case, we're going to have two filtered lists of work orders based on some criteria about those work orders. There's only sample data loaded into the key work order items at this point. In order to schedule an item, you can drag and drop it down onto the Gantt chart. And then you'll have the ability to move items around within a row. We're still working on transitioning between the rows. And then there will be a context menu that you can click on to, again, edit certain details about a particular item that has been scheduled on a work center, including changing the expected runtime for that particular operation. We've taken some steps to make this friendly for both touch and non-touch devices. I just showed a drag and drop, but that's not very clean on a touch device. So in the case of a touch device, we give the option for there to be a little nodal that pops up. You can choose the work center that you want to schedule an item on, adjust the start and end times, and then click add, and the item will pop down onto the schedule. We feel like that's a cleaner way to do it on a touch type device rather than trying to drag and drop items. One further piece, as you expand the view out, it has a scrolling capability so that you can kind of view a longer period of time. We have a fix in place to lock the labels of the work centers. So in the future, as you scroll, those will stay fixed. So you'll have visibility to that. So that's coming shortly. I think that's about it for the moment.
And it was designed based on the wireframes. And now we're starting to hook up and get some backend logic here and tie this into Rover. So we'll go over to that page, and you'll see that these two cards here have now updated. They're now displaying live data based on our dev system. So the numbers might be a little odd, but these do tie back to the buckets that are in the AP aging and the AR aging. We do have an update coming so that this will this can show the same number of buckets as you see in the AR aging report. So there should actually be 5 buckets based on how this is set up. But we'll have that coming soon, and we'll also be calculating the days payable outstanding and days sales outstanding going forward as well. Additionally, we can see that now we're loading invoices onto these tables based on the back end, and you can enter custom date range. Say we want to do Q1 to March, and you'll see, so you do actually get all of the invoices for that time frame that show up. So we actually have one that's not displayed through here. I think it's the 25th. And again, the receivables also has kind of that same logic already here. So just kind of really working on what we had now. Now it's starting to come through with some features and be usable, and we're just continuing to move forward on that.
So for the sales module, we've made a lot of UI improvements. This is a sort of a development build, so bear with me. But some of the things we've added for the sales orders is our new data entry screen. And as you could tell, it looks a little bit more like SO.E. And so one of the things I'm going to do is build an order. This is one of our test customers. And what you're going to see is it's going to pre-fill some information. So the customer and the bill to, similar to what you would expect in the SO.E. And then so you're going to get all of your same information, your notes, your dates, and all of that. But some of the more interesting things we've added is our new part search. So I'm going to find a part, cap-13. And so one of the things we've sort of done is taken some of our point of sale implementations and added it here with our categories and our filters. But I'm going to pick this part that has an image, and so it'll be a little bit cleaner. And so one thing we're able to do now is in the search tab, pull up here, and this will be our line item. And as you can see, this is all the same information that you'd see in SOD's summary line item tab. And so one of the things you're able to do now is we added lookups. And so now for this part, we could look up the inventory. And so now you get a data table of all the inventory locations, the group on hand, the committed for this part and any part that would be on this line item. So that's one of our new additions. We also added the other ones, the single level, but there's not any information on these. Oh, there's not in there either. But that's some of the newer things we've added in SO.E. But this is still currently a work in progress, and we're continuing to add more tabs and information because currently we only have the header tab, and we're going to continue to add the additional ones and future builds. But that's all for the sales orders. For the opportunities, it's similar. So once you build a new opportunity, which we'll do right now, it'll pull up just a moment. Or maybe not if I didn't click it. Oh, maybe I didn't. But similar fashion, it's essentially the saleop.e entry screen. We're able to add in a customer. And then I'll add some information, audit status. And then once you save it, that's when you'll be able to get in all of the attachments, the log entries, and any relation between the quotes and orders sort of as you progress through opportunities and quotes and then orders. And then that's what I'll do. So we have 142, and then I'll create a quote. And then so we created quote 1325, and we try to get to it. Okay, so now that we're here, similar thing, we have the SOQuote.e's entry screen. And then so from here, you're able to see the quotes, orders, log entries, and attachments. So all really similar. That's how our navigation is going to go from opportunities to quotes to orders. There is some functionality that is missing in the orders, but that's, as I said, we're going to be continuing to add those in. But I think that's it for my demonstration.